Good morning, all. You got Gord, your hurting hippie on a Saturday morning. It is not very cold outside. Well, it's -6, going up to +3 today, so it's going to be a fair day. I never made it to the river yesterday. The main reason, I'm having troubles with my internet in this area. It takes a long time for a video to upload, and I don't know, could be a couple more days before that happens. So I'm not just going to just pile on a whole bunch of videos and sit and babysit them all day long. So I'm doing this one early in the morning, see how many hours it takes to upload. Yesterday's Porch Ponderings took 2 hours to upload. It was only 5 minutes. So I've been through this before. Sometimes, things happen, a router in the area, who knows what. They are working on it. They are working at trying to improve it. What's today about? Today is about storage. Oh, excuse me. Just waking up. It's about storage of your devices, storage of your medicine, storage of your recreational, whatever, storage. And when I was asked the question, I thought I did a fair job of storing. I really did. And then I really gave it thought. Right now I have just turned 9. I was going to say an 8-year-old boy. I have an almost 9-year-old boy. And a house with some expensive medicine in it and expensive devices for taking that medicine. And currently, I keep them in my room, and my room is locked up. So, do I keep them locked up? Yeah. But are they safe? And I started thinking about this. If my son were a teenager and I didn't trust him, would I still have this situation? And maybe not. What this came out by is G.D. Sutton. Thanks, you bring up some great topics. Halifax is looking at part of their law will be that it has to remain under lock and key, and if you don't have it in a separate locked room away from everyone or in a safe or something like that, then you can be arrested for that. Now, everybody knows that I'm not the type to believe in new laws, in new ways to arrest people, new ways to put people in jail and ruin their lives. No, I'm not for it. Do I think that that's a fair regulation if it didn't carry any criminal? I mean, if they find you not storing properly, they should just teach you to store properly. And if you can't afford to store properly, then maybe we need to help out. Maybe there needs to be some bigger thoughts on this. We do need to store properly. I don't see it as a bad regulation. I just see that regulating our requirements sometimes is, we live in this world where, you put that sign out and say, warning, it has sharp edges. If you didn't have the warning, somebody's going to cut themselves. Their own fault. Their own fault. These warnings, these regulations are to save us from our own mistakes. So I'm not really for them, but I'm for the underlying thought that we do as a society need to keep this medicine away from prying eyes, away from the curiosity of our teens, away from the rebelliousness of some people, and away from theft and everything else. We need to keep it cleaned up. So what am I going to do different? Well, I was going to store back here in this china cabinet. Nice cabinet, but it doesn't have any locks. And my son's getting older, and I'm going to be able to trust him. I know he's a good boy. But I still don't want it out here. I don't want him seeing my medicine. I wouldn't, I mean, I would keep if I had morphine, if I had Oxycontin, all that kind of stuff, I would keep it under lock and key too. I wouldn't sit and have discussions about, yeah, I take an Oxycontin every 4 hours. And, you know, that isn't, that's no never mind to a kid. We don't need, we need to have conversations that people get medicine. The medicine goes under lock and key. And if you are ever under medicine, your medicine will also be under lock and key. That's just how society works. If we don't make it super curious, then we don't have them wondering. Now, I will say, having said that, my father was not a drinker, didn't like to drink, but he often would be like at Christmas time given a bottle by somebody. And so we always had a few bottles in the house because he wouldn't drink them. So they'd be hanging out and we always knew where they were. And you know, only once me and my sister got rebellious enough to get into them, and we paid for it, and we never got into them again. And he never ever knew because he never ever opened them. Uh, Different things can happen, and he should have had them under lock and key, and then we would have never tried them, but we also would have never learned that lesson. So let's have a talk below. What's our best bet? Like, I've seen those sea vaults. You can put all of it into this steel vault and uh, put some moisturizers in there and kind of keep it going. But I usually have 4 or 5 different strains that I circulate through. So locking the actual container doesn't seem appropriate. It's too difficult to get to. I think it's best. It's in my room. That's my place. That's where I'll do it. And the room will always be under lock and key. But are there benefits and disadvantages to that? Are there other ways I can do it? Small home, not a lot of choices, but certainly want to keep it away from the kids. So it's a good topic. Let's talk further below in the comments. Peace and cheers, friends. Love and harmony. Look for somebody without a smile today. They need one of yours.